What's up, fellas? Today I just want to talk about this sim rig that I have put together over the past, give or take a few months. I started off with the wheel and pedal shifter setup. Was just playing on a desk, actually, that desk exactly over there. And then I just recently got this GT Lite Pro from Next Level Racing. And just wanted to put together a quick little video on how my experience has been. If the G920 right there is worth it. Same with the chair. Kind of some of the goods, the bads, and just the overall structure of the rig. Kind of some of the games that I'm running, what I'm using to power everything, and just the overall setup as far as a sort of a budget-friendly little sim setup. So let's get into it. Okay, so I do want to preface this by saying that I don't really have any other experience with any other wheels, rigs, pedals, etc., other than maybe 20 minutes I spent on a friend of mine's T300. But yeah, total noob, like I said, but just want to give overall my experience, my time being with the G920, and what that's been like. Okay, so getting into the wheel itself, the G920 has got Xbox controls. You could also get the G29, which is for PlayStation, and this one is set for PC and Xbox. Honestly, I don't know if the G29 is also for PC. I don't know. I wasn't risking it. I knew I was going with PC, so I was like, just give me the Xbox One. The Xbox and PC to me are like, you know, actually compatible, where, you know, if you've ever tried to use a PlayStation 4 or 5 controller with PC, you kind of know how that goes. The wheel itself, I gotta say, it's pretty good. Like, I feel like it's, you know, it's touted as the beginner sort of, like, not very good, not very whatever you want to call it, but I think it's pretty awesome. I think the force feedback is really, really cool. I mean, when I was a kid, I played with some, you know, crappy little, I don't know what you could, just they're wheels, but they don't have this like actual, you know, like force that you could fight against. I have no idea if it was like one of those where it's just a rubber band. I don't remember, or like, you know, the shit at the arcade. Not like that at all. There's genuine force feedback. There's actual like pressure. I have to put a little bit of strength into this. And really comparing it to a real car, if you're used to driving just your normal everyday cars, like a Toyota or a Honda or something, this to me is heavier. Like this, because you got power steering with those. This, even though it's, you know, only 2.2 newton meters of torque, which is something that, you know, if you're looking into a wheel, these are numbers you're going to want to know based on what you're going to get out of it. But this one being a beginner friendly sort of wheel, only produces 2.2 newton meters. To me, it's heavy. I mean, it's not like, oh my god, I can't steer it. Obviously, you could steer it, but like you feel the weight of it, which is really cool. It's a cool. It surprised me the first few times using it. When you turn, the way that you feel the weight moves, it feels like it really creates that illusion of the weight of the car turning behind you. I don't really know how to explain it. You just kind of have to use one if you've never used one. It's hard to like put into words, but that is something notable. Another thing, the paddles. I think the paddles are just really, really nice. The overall build quality is actually quite nice. This leather or fake leather, I don't really know what, is nice. I'm not sure what the frame itself is made out of. I don't think it's plastic. It might be plastic. I don't think it's plastic. It feels good. It feels nice. Same with the paddles. Paddles are definitely not plastic. The base, this is plasticky, but you know, it's nice and chonky. Like I said, to me, it's got some weight to it. It's, you know, kind of heavy, heavier than a regular car with power steering. But in the grand scheme of wheels, it's actually quite weak. I've seen some of the really high-end ones go up to like 20 newton meters, if not higher. I'm sure there's some that are like 20, 25. I don't know if that's really necessary. I don't think there's any car that's going to produce that much force, even if it's like an all-out race car with no power or nothing. I have no idea though. I'm kind of talking out my ass with that one. But I think like where I'd eventually want to get to is something with like 8, 10 newton meters of torque. But again, beginner rig, just starting out, like, I think this is pretty awesome. All right, the next piece I want to cover are the pedals themselves. The pedals at a glance look super duper nice. I don't know why I said at a glance. That makes it sound like if you look closer, they look shitty. They don't. They look nice. At a glance, not at a glance, staring at them for an hour, they look good. They're a little dusty. I should probably clean them up, but you know, too busy racing. You know what I mean? Why would I clean when I could race? Anyways, pedals feel pretty decent. Not a lot of pressure, as you can see. I mean, I'm pinky able to push the gas in. I've never tried that on a normal car. I feel like a normal car might have a little bit more resistance, but I could be wrong. The brake. This is probably the weakest link, is the brake. It's got like a little bit of give, and then there's a rubber stopper somewhere in there, and you really feel that rubber stopper. And so if you're trying to like actually brake, you kind of can go, like right now I can push it to the rubber stopper, but I don't have enough leverage to actually push through that stopper from here. But obviously when you're, you know, sitting and you're braking, you can. But that feels weird. That doesn't feel normal. Certainly gonna be the first thing to upgrade is the pedal set, mainly because of the brake. I know you can take it apart and you can take the rubber stopper out. I'm not gonna do that, fellas. I'm not about that. I'm not gonna modify it. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's not that bad. And especially for the price point, getting this with the wheel, I knew that going into it because I had watched reviews, so I wasn't surprised to see the pedal the way that it was. But yeah, gas, brake, clutch. Clutch is heavier. I could tell from here. I guess I can't really tell while I'm driving it, but the clutch is heavier than the gas. The brake is the heaviest because of the rubber stopper, and in a way the brake is kind of sort of the weakest link. But again, when you combine it at the price point with the wheel, and you know you're getting a clutch, which I knew I wanted, which is honestly kind of the main reason I went with this set, was I knew I wanted to drive with the shifter. I knew I wanted to, you know, shift gears and kind of simulate that way. I drive certain cars with the paddles for sure, but I think most of my time I spend driving, you know, banging gears. That for me is what's fun. Kind of a nice segue into the shifter itself. The shifter is separate, so you buy the G920 or 29 or 923, you get the wheel, you get the pedal set. And then if you want the shifter, it's a separate box, separate purchase. I think it's worth it. I think it's a lot of fun. I do think, in particular, this shifter is quite, I mean, it feels good, but it is, dare I say, toyish? Dare I say, plasticky? I don't know. It's fine. I would upgrade this. I'm going to upgrade this. A lot of people online are like, oh, who cares about the shifter? Don't upgrade the shifter. Dude, I care about the shifter. I think, again, the first thing to upgrade is the pedals, but after that, then it's the shifter. Just on account of immersion. It's like, sometimes I literally, like, I'll drop my hand from the wheel and I'll accidentally hit this and it'll shift. And it's like, I don't think a manual car is just gonna accidentally like, see that? I can barely tap it and I'm going into a different gear. And that's kind of the only thing that I don't super duper love about the shifter. But again, price point's kind of everything. I mean, you're spending $45 on this thing, 50 bucks. I want to say between the shifter and the wheel pedal setup was about $300 in total. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I spent. I went to Best Buy and they had it. I want to say this was on sale, so I just snagged that. And then I was like, all right, give me the shifter too, because I know I want to shift gears. All this to say, overall experience with the wheel, pedals, and shifter itself, quite positive. I mean, you got a couple of things that are like maybe less than ideal, like the brake is kind of and the shifter itself could be a little plasticky, a little too toyish, a little too easy to shift in and out of. But again, price point. I mean, $300 to get into all of it, like, no one wants to spend money. But if you're gonna do this as a hobby, like, you kind of understand that shit's gonna cost some money. So to be able to get into it for less than the cost of a PS5, I think is a pretty good price point. It's a pretty good deal, especially just starting out. All right, now let's get into the seat. This is the GT Lite Pro by Next Level Racing. Also pretty sweet. I have my complaints with it, but let's talk about some of the good things first. Good thing number one, the thing is actually quite comfortable. I mean, I have sat in this chair for an embarrassing number of hours during some racing sessions. I mean, I've sat in here pretty much all day, only to get up to go to the gym, the bathroom, get some food, you know, just the essentials, the essential three: gym, food, bathroom, maybe to shower, probably not though. Just kidding, folks, I shower. But yeah, super comfy, pretty decent padding, see that? It's not too shabby. Kind of sounds crappy now that I'm doing that, but you know, overall is quite comfortable. And you got these nice mesh pads, and same with down here, and it's comfy. I mean, so that would be positive number one. Positive number two, it's pretty sturdy. Like if you're hard braking and you're really like pushing through that brake and pushing through the back of the pad, there's some flex, sure, like it moves a little bit, but not enough to make you feel like, holy shit, this thing is just a toy. It's brutal. It's gonna break. I'm gonna push through it. Also, I guess just getting into price right away, the chair itself is right around $300. I think it was $330 after tax. I bought it on Amazon. So, you know, not the cheapest thing in the world. It's got adjustable whatevers for the pedals. You can unscrew these and push these back. So if you're short, you can move those back. You can also move this forward. There's like little shebangs over here. You like pull them out, and then you could adjust. So you see this got the there's like 3 holes, so 3 different, you know, angles. I think I have mine at the medium, which works for me. It works for my height, so I've been enjoying it. It's also got these wheels, so if you ever want to like put it away, which like who the hell's gonna do that? I leave this thing out. I mean, I live alone, so I don't have anyone telling me that I can't leave it out. So I just leave it here because I'm gonna use it. But you could, in theory, you could fold it. You could actually like take that end and fold it up and then get the wheels, and I could, whatever, wheel it into a closet space or something. Like I said, I'm not doing that. I don't do that. I could do that. I don't do that. But it's an option if you're interested in doing that. All right, some of the negatives of this chair, and there are a couple. Just this, I don't know if I built this wrong, but I don't like that. I feel like I spent $300 on something, and you know, it's supposed to be a chair that's like in place. I don't like that there's play here. And again, I'm not gonna necessarily blame Next Level Racing. Perhaps I built it incorrectly, and that's why there's all this give. But that's kind of bogus to me. And that kind of leads into the next part, building this thing. Oh my God, it's a pain in the ass. Look at this. You see how far down that one is? And how not far down that one is? Do you see the difference? Look at that versus that. Yeah, that one sunk in. This one will not sink in. I don't know why. It just will not sink in. These are not screwed in. You're supposed to sink these both all the way in and then put some bolts in and, you know, tighten it down. But yeah, I can't get it to go in all the way. And I was just so impatient. I was like shaking. I wanted to race so bad that I didn't even care. I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna sit down and maybe my fat ass will push it down a little bit, but it didn't. It did not push it in a little more. So that was kind of unfortunate, but is what it is. I don't think structurally it matters that it's not all the way in and not screwed down. It's kind of like jammed in there, so I think it's fine. Perhaps it has something to do with this. I don't think it does. Perhaps it has something to do with the wobble that you see. But once you're in it, like, you know, I'm sitting in this thing, it's not really moving, which is an overall good thing. So it's not it's not the end of the world. It is not a deal breaker. And when you think about it, like I said, price point is kind of everything. $330 on the chair, about $300 for the wheel, pedals, and shifter. You're looking at under $650 for pretty decent little setup. I mean, it's cool to be able to have something like this and really not have spent too much money. I mean, I'm not saying $650 isn't a lot, like it is. It's a chunk of change, but once again, in the grand scheme of what we're doing here, is quite affordable and is something that I think overall is worth it. I don't want to make fun of it either. Like overall, I give it a thumbs up. Like it's cool. I think it looks really sweet. Sitting here in the apartment, I think it looks great. But yeah, just a couple little complaints about it. Overall, pretty good. Just some weird things. But again, beginner friendly. Price point, you know, that's what you get spending $300 instead of $1,000. So. All right, now some of the games, simulators, things that I've been running and playing. I shouldn't say I've tried all of them, but I've kind of tried the big ones outside of iRacing. I don't know, iRacing seems a little weird. You gotta like pay the subscription. I feel like our whole lives are subscription services, so it's like, I don't really want to do all that. But besides not playing iRacing, Assetto Corsa, ACC, Forza, Horizon, and Motorsport. I just got BeamNG, so I'll be giving that a go. And then I just got WRC. So that'll be pretty sweet. So looking forward to trying that out. I just want to make a comment. I don't understand why Forza Motorsport gets the hate that it gets. Like, I think the game itself is pretty solid. I hear the complaints about career mode being a little like dry, repetitive, boring. I don't know what people just kind of talk shit on it. The career mode I kind of get because it's like it is a little boring, but it's also like pretty good practice if you're just starting out and you just want to like have some form of structure as to like do this, then do that, then do that. Like, yeah, it's boring, but that's it, dude. Go play Assetto Corsa, go do the career in that. It's the exact same thing, but like the overall physics and everything, dude, I can't tell. Like, I learned at first on Horizon 5, and then I got into Assetto Corsa, and I was like, what are people talking about? Like, maybe I'm dumb and like not, I shouldn't say dumb, but not experienced enough, and like I just need to keep going, and eventually it'd be like, oh, clearly Assetto Corsa and iRacing like are so much more realistic, and Horizon just feels childish, but like I don't notice it. I shouldn't say Horizon, but more so Motorsport. Horizon has been feeling different to me as of late, where I throw on Horizon, and I just feel like I get away with things. Like, I feel like if I bang into a corner really fast and just like lock up the brakes and turn, like I don't spin out and it doesn't go crazy, I kind of just make the turn. So like that kind of gives it that like arcadey-ish feel. Like if you've ever played Need for Speed on a controller, Need for Speed physics are like super arcade. Like you fly into a corner, you just lock up the brakes and turn and the car is fine. It doesn't fly into the wall and blow up and kill everybody, where in reality that would not work. Horizon's not quite there, but is also not quite as unforgiving as a more realistic sim. But like Motorsport, dude, especially if you're just starting out, like it feels the same. It doesn't feel any less real than the other one does. Like if you learn on Motorsport or Assetto Corsa, like whichever one you learn on, and then you jump to the other one, you're going to be able to drive, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's driving on a simulator. Because driving on a simulator is not exactly like driving a real car. It's very, very close. It's simulating, in the word, but it's not exact. But yeah, just on those games, like, I think Assetto Corsa is super fun. I think ACC is super fun. I think Forza Motorsport is super fun. And I don't know why Forza gets so much hate. Like, I kind of get if the career mode thing, and then if you're like a real stickler and you're like, meh, it's not as real as the other one is. Like, sure, but the game itself is solid. And again, it transfers to ACC. You're in there, you're like, oh yeah, I know everything about this. This is the same. And the driving feels roughly the same. So any of you sticklers out there who want to give me flack over that, go ahead. But I don't really care because I disagree with you. All right, so final piece. How am I actually doing all this? What am I using to power it all? And that would be this thing right here. This is the Raider GE76 by MSI. It's got the Intel Core i7, the GeForce RTX. Pretty sure it's a 3060 in there. And it's got 16 gigs of RAM, so not VRAM. So we'll talk about that. 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, which if you're a computer guy, you know where I'm going with this. This thing being on the 3060, not the TI, mind you, just the regular 3060, is only giving me 6 gigabytes of VRAM. And that is my bottleneck. 6 gigs of VRAM, 2025, no bueno. Very bad. That's why I'm looking into building a PC now. In general, as of now, let's say this laptop is doing it. I'm able to play. I've not ran into VRAM issues on Assetto Corsa or ACC. But yeah, overall verdict, It's pretty sweet, dude. Like, it's a lot of fun. If you're looking to get into it, don't let the internet folks, like, make you either A, spend more money, or B, like, feel like, oh, you need something with more newton meters of torque in the 2.2 of the G920. Oh, it's not real, and you're playing on motorsport. This is way more real than any other, like, wheel. I don't know if you've played on a wheel before that wasn't a sim wheel like this, like you just played on one of those like fake, like with the rubber band. I don't know how they work exactly, but some of them just have like a rubber band, and like it's not actually a rubber band. You get what I'm saying, but it's like some band thing, whatever. Not actual FFB, force feedback. If you've used that, or you've used an arcade game, this is way cooler. This is like way, I mean, you're talking like, those are here, this is here. Like, it's so much cooler. Oh, that's another thing. People keep saying these are super noisy. Dude, it's not noisy at all. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's only the G29 that's noisy. But this is not noisy. Like, I don't know what people are talking about with that. Maybe they got weird units, or maybe I am special and got an awesome unit. Very possible. I have no idea. I haven't noticed that. I don't notice a lot of noise with it. I might be thinking of the G29, but it was my impression that those were the same thing. Just G29 was set up for PlayStation, and the G920 is set up for Xbox. So, you know, take with that what you will. But overall, $600 little setup. I'm having a blast, and I'm definitely gonna keep adding to it. Like I said, pedals are next. Rubber stopper thing's gonna go away. We're gonna get the load cell pedals, and then, like I said, the shifter. You know, again, everyone online, oh, who cares about the shifter? Dude, I do, okay? I want to be able to actually have some weight to it and feel like a clunky shifter mechanical feel. So that is probably next, or just going balls out with the PC stuff. But, you know, let me know what you guys think. I think overall it's pretty sweet. The chair is pretty sweet. Despite some of its downsides, like it's a pain to build, and it's you know, maybe a little back and forth wobbly at the, you know, when you're just chilling. But maybe I just need to tighten some stuff up. I don't know. And the wheel itself is dope. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be talking to y'all later.